Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling. The Power Hour.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Randy Hales. We're broadcasting live from my hometown, Jonesboro, Arkansas, where my story began. It is a Monday night. You know what that means? It's time for the Power Hour, but we want to start with some breaking news. Some breaking news to start this program off today. Folks, we have a potential big mess, possibly, and it should start in the body of the show. We are now right at the start of it. We have a ice storm warning here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Ice storm warning until around noon on Wednesday. So the possibility during this show may lose electricity. The show may go away. Don't have any idea. If Adam can keep the show going, he'll keep the show going. We don't know. We'll just have to deal with that when we get to that point. But currently here in Jonesboro, it is cold. It's 29 degrees. And also it is 20 degrees wind chill, and we're looking at the AccuWeather forecast, and you see it's on a loop, and it's at 7 o'clock now, and you see Jonesboro on the map, and so we keep that up. It's starting over there, and let's keep that going as you see Jonesboro in the white right now, and now it changes. And if you keep looking down a little bit, you see the Memphis area, and we're 70 miles away. This is breaking news. This is a ice storm warning in Jonesboro, Arkansas. It's 29 degrees. That ice storm warning in effect to noon on Wednesdays. So I went to the grocery store earlier today about 11 o'clock, and then had a family member go later. All over the state of Arkansas, the northwest part of the state was hammered and really got some stuff earlier in the day. It's news all over the place. It is an absolute mess. And I'll keep you updated because I like doing this. I like doing my great impression of Dave Brown, and nobody's like Dave Brown, no doubt about it. Now, I had an Uber ride, and I got that Uber ride, and I'm thinking, is it safe? Is it safe? There's only one person I trust with my safety, with my weather information, and that's Dave Brown. So I called Dave Brown up, and Dave didn't answer the phone. So then I went about my business, and I'm thinking I have a little time. Oh, this was around 11:30, a little time before I have to leave at 1 o'clock, 1:15 for the Memphis airport. So I called Dave Brown, and he didn't answer. Then I went about my business. I was in Walmart Neighborhood Market on Harrisburg Road, and apparently I didn't hear my phone. When I got back in the car, I have Adam going to bring him in right now, because even though the audio wasn't real loud when I tried to play it for Adam, it was one of the thrills of my life, folks, because Dave Brown is great doing wrestling. There's no doubt about it. But it was 100. I'll let Adam done. Adam, how you doing tonight? You're a little warmer. We better be fair. You always say that I go with the glory all the time. You're always knocking me. You're always blasting me. You're always insulting me. All that kind of stuff. But first of all, before we get into that voicemail from the great Dave Brown, I want your thoughts on that voice message, besides it being hard to hear.
Right. No, I thought it was great. It was wonderful. It was just like listening to Dave give a forecast on TV5. It almost brought a tear to my eye listening to it again. It's just like it was. He just talked to you just like a friend, obviously as he would, but just to realize how much that was just him and the way he was and the way that he did the weather. It's why Channel 5 was #1 the whole time he was there doing the weather, because you felt like you were listening to a friend anytime, tell you kind of what to look out for. Dave not only told you what was going on tonight, he told you what he expected tomorrow and what to look out for. So obviously, even in retirement, Dave is still keeping up with the weather and able to give a forecast to his good friends like you.
Now, one thing I thought was neat, certainly, is I call him from time to time, and maybe he calls me, and he just starts talking. I certainly have caller ID, plus I know his voice. He just starts talking. But I left him a message asking about the weather, and so I want you to explain how Dave started that message, Adam.
Yeah, so it was kind of funny that the way that started was that Dave was like, hey, this is Dave Brown, and then he just started going into the weather as if you wouldn't know who was calling. But it's just so professional, even in a voicemail, just typical Dave's personality.
We will keep you updated, and we'll run that weather radar. There's people here in Jonesboro, certainly, that watch this program. And I think everybody that's watching will be interested in knowing what's going on. I have two things for Adam to do right now. I want Adam to read who is saying hello to us today. And then I want Adam to tell you guys what's going to be on the program today if we're able to make it through it.
All right. So we've got people from all over, Randy, telling us what's going on. I see Carrie Crouch is on watching with
Hey,
us.
Carrie.
We have Lester Sells is on watching with us.
Lester, my man.
Yeah, Brooks Tullis, of course. And we have Frank Seaton says it's also 29 degree or 28 degrees where he is at. So, of course, that makes sense. He's not too far from you, I don't think. Al Tuttle is watching. Richard Harrington, and of course, Panetta is watching. And Panetta says to be careful out there. Stephen Goad is watching. And Crazy Gail, your friend, Gail Brooks, is watching. She says hello to you. Greg Zilla is watching us on the Twitch stream. And Jeff Frog Wheeler as well is also
I
watching.
love the fact that everybody's saying hello. Everybody's doing good. I love Crazy Gail. I love everybody. I love Frank. I love Greg. I love Carrie. I love Jeff Frog Wheeler. Such a great, great thing. Frank Seaton, my buddy. So many people. I'm bad about calling out the things, and that's what I wanted Adam to do today, and he did that, and I appreciate that very much. But we got a birthday today in the house. We got a birthday boy in the house, Adam Dunn. Unless you looked at my social media and you already know, do you know whose birthday it is today? My buddy from Fall Branch, Tennessee, Bo James in the house. Winter storm, ice storm warning. Bo James, 29 degrees in Jonesboro right now. Do you know, Adam Dunn, whose birthday it is?
I want to guess that Jeff Wheeler stooged it off because it says happy birthday, Al Tuttle.
I hate stooges. I really do, but I stooge it off myself. Jeff Frog Wheeler probably looked at my Facebook, and you look at my Facebook quite often, so I'm surprised you didn't know that answer.
No, I've been pretty busy today, so I haven't really had a chance to do much social media stuff today. But happy birthday, Al Tuttle.
Happy birthday to you. Happy wrestling birthday to you. Happy birthday, my buddy Al. Happy birthday to you. Before we get into the preview, a couple of new people. So we have some new comments from the last time you updated it. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah, so you've got on there Bo saying hello from Fall Branch, Tennessee. And you've got Carla McCollum Hicks says, hey, Randy, my friend. And we got another one just popped up from Panetta. Panetta says, happy birthday to Al also.
What did Panetta say? What did she say? Did she ask me to sing the happy birthday song again?
I don't. Did she? If she did, I didn't see it, and I'm sorry. I have reverted back to saying her name the wrong way. Paniti. Paniti. I remember
PJ.
Paniti. PJ. Yep. Let's see. Jeff said he got a notification on Facebook, Randy, but I did see yours too as well. And then
I'm
Al
glad
says,
Al's.
replying to Paniti, says, thanks, PJ. So Al went
I
your route and went J.
I am glad Al is here. I'm glad he's spending his birthday with us. Hey, it's been a big weekend. I know you don't follow the NFL, but the Super Bowl has been set. So I'd be interested in everybody. Now, I'm going to have to tell Adam who's going. Am I going to have to tell you who's going to be in the Super Bowl, Adam?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, I forgot now. It's the Chiefs and somebody. It's the Chiefs. I think it's the Chiefs and the Eagles. I think that's what it's
Okay.
going to be. You're going to tell everybody right now that on this particular show, number 50, almost 1 year in, it's March the 27th, 1999. This is what you will see. Adam is going to tell you what you're going to see on the Power Hour today, and wait till you see this opening because it opens this way for the only time in history. And I don't think Adam really knows that, but he's going to tell you what's going to be on the
Okay.
show right now.
All right. Yeah. So here's something that I do know a little bit about what's going on today. Like Randy said, this is episode 50, the March 27th, 1999 edition. Randy Hales and the Syndicate invade the announcer's desk. Glenn Kulka will be going against the Yellow Jacket. We'll have a segment with Stacy. We'll see Olympian Kurt Angle going against Tony Falk. Lawler and Stacy have a confrontation. You'll want to stick around for that. We'll see Baldo going against Streak. The Young Guns title is on the line as Steve Bradley goes against Derrick King. We'll get a taped interview of the Fabulous Ones, a studio interview with Lawler and Dundee, and Baldo has a big surprise coming up on the show as well. And it looks like Keith Jordan is also watching with us now, Randy. And Al says your guy Cody Rhodes has kicked off Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I read that was going to happen. So Cody Rhodes says, let's put the Royal Rumble graphic up there. The Royal Rumble this past Saturday night, the men's Royal Rumble won by Cody Rhodes, and they had a closing angle with Roman Reigns breaking up with Sammy. The Usos were conflicted. It was a great Royal Rumble I enjoyed very much. Before we go to the show, I want to put up the AccuWeather radar right now and give you the update on the weather. We're under a ice storm warning in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The radar is in a loop. It started around 5:50, and you see Jonesboro is at the top of the screen, and the weather about 7:15 is supposed to start coming through Jonesboro as we see that, and we'll let the loop go one more time. It's 29 degrees. There is a ice storm warning, not a watch. Man, they're saying we are going to get it. And at the end of the Power Hour, episode number 50, we will get back to the radar then. Keitha talking, and Andrew Calvin Jr., his normal owner, founder, and president of Power Pro Wrestling. Al says Cody said he's going to beat Roman, and now he's interrupted by Judgment Day. Now, Bo James, and it is true, he said he's a original member. Let's put Al or put Bo up there. I am an original member of the R8 Syndicate, and boy, he is, as we continue to look at the weather, as we are at 29 degrees, as we are in an ice storm warning. And we'll keep you at the end of the Power Hour. We will go back to the current weather Radar from Acu. Thank you so much to Adam Dunn that does a great job with the technical stuff on this show. Well, we've been talking to you for about 15 minutes, and it's about time to talk to you and to watch with you the Power Hour episode number 50. And we're going to watch Power Pro Wrestling from March the 27th. By the way, March the 27th was my lovely sainted mother, Margaret Hales. Margaret Benton Hales Davis, to be official. March the 27th was her birthday. We're going to take a look at the Power Hour right now. A lot of schools around this area been called off. Keith, I in no way thought that women's match was better than the men's in any shape, form, fashion. I thought it sucked. How about this for our opening, Adam? It's Bruno and Randy instead of Corey and Dave.
Yeah, I guess you'd run them off, huh?
Now we're showing last week's show where we beat up Corey Macklin and where we beat up Michael Hayes, and it's total. As I explained that we took him down to the river and dumped him in the river, and you see this great thing. We're beating the heck out of Corey Macklin. We're beating the heck out of man. It's Bruno downtown and Randy Hales ORA. This is the Power Hour. Show number 50, March 27th. Bo James had already left and gone back to Branch, Tennessee, and started Southern States Wrestling. We saw Glenn Kulka debuted, saying he was Michael Hayes' long-lost cousin, and now Adam Dunn's best friend, the Yellow Jackets, in action here. Adam told me the other day, he said, Randy, you had the biggest star in the history of Power Pro Wrestling working for you, and you never gave him a chance. You never, the only person to ever beat with you. Anyway, he thinks, Adam Dunn thinks, because for some reason, I don't even know why, I won't even speculate, unless he's getting payoffs from Kevin Lawler, but I don't know if he has any money. But for some reason, Adam Dunn thinks that the Yellow Jacket should have been the first Young Guns champion, the first Power Pro champion, and should have been held the Power Pro Tag Team Championship all by itself. See, I'm staging on you there, Adam.
Okay.
Very impressive victory. Very impressive.
That's very good. That's very good. The opening match winner was the unbelievable Glenn Kulka.
Keith, if you're asking me if the Yellow Jacket, Kevin, did the Yellow Jacket wrestle for WCW or WWF? Absolutely not. What's Dave Brown doing on the phone, Adam?
There's no way, Dave Brown, you can call the National Guard. What are you trying to tell me? Don't play that interview. Don't play that interview. Do what Randy said. Don't play that interview. Do what Randy said. Don't play it. As you can see, I'm feeling and looking just a little bit better than the last time you seen me last week. But I'm still ticked off because I've been thinking about this all week long. When I first came back to Memphis, I never expected to become the Power Pro champion. I never expected to still be involved in a feud with that butt-ugly Randy Hales and what is left of his syndicate. The Randy Hales, last week you really raised the stakes. First of all, you attacked Brandon Baxter. You hurt him hours before the TV program. Then you guys jump me and beat me up. Not the first time that's ever happened to Michael P.S. Hayes. You handcuff me, you throw me in a car and drive me off like I'm some FedEx package being mishandled by UPS. Then you go and attack Corey Macklin. Ooh, man.
Are you talking about Baldo, Keith, or are you talking about Big Grimes?
The worst thing that happened?
They both had black on, and they both are bald-headed.
Yes, cuz. Glenn Kulka, or should I
Vic
say,
Grimes did not have a WCW or WWF run, or at least more than a cup of coffee. Baldo is still there today. His name's Matt Blue, and he is the head trainer, the #1 guy at NXT.
Our own dirty laundry. Whose fault is it that you went to jail in the first place? Surely isn't mine. And you talk about I left your mother starving, my aunt? I gave her money. It wasn't my fault. She's a lush, and she decided to drink with it as opposed to eat with it. You know, that's the way your side of the family's always been. You always blame somebody else for your mistakes. Well, I'm going to tell you what. You get ready for Friday night. Friday night in Beale Street. Everybody will be handcuffed once you're beaten. Then that man is eliminated, and I can't wait to get 4-on-1 because I'm going to show Corey Macklin how to swing a chair while you're stuck on that handcuff. And I'm going to let Brandon go. I don't have to show him. He's ready. Oh, wait a minute. We've got one more partner. Happens to be a mystery partner. Doesn't everybody just like a good mystery? Well, I got news for you, boys. We're going to start raising hell this morning. And this morning, Randy Hales, you are going to be in for the shock of your life. And that goes for that fat, ugly Baldo as well. Wait till you see who our partner will be.
That's Baldo, Keith.
You'll find out today before this program's over. And you're in for big trouble.
I have no idea who it could be. I was on there, but who are you saying the mystery part is? Stacy, have you seen anybody strange here today? No, except for these cameramen. They're strange-looking people, but I mean, as far as people I'm not used to.
Hey, Michael Butler.
Well, what are we supposed to do now? A break or what? What are these people? You know what? Now they're saying there's a phone call. Who is that now? What is going? You don't know how to produce a show or not. Now, let me tell you this, Randy Hales. This is Brandon Baxter. I'm sitting in my hospital bed right now, and I'm watching the show. And, you know, you make me sick, and that stinking downtown Bruno sitting next to you makes me sick. See, I figured that something was going to go on. I figured you'd have something up your sleeve since I wasn't going to be there today. So I had a little something up my sleeve. I have got a man who is going to do my president's duties for the day. He is like an interim president, I guess you can say. And if you could please bring out the interim president of Power Pro Wrestling. Now! Is the intern president? What does the intern do with the president?
Funny from Bruno.
What the hell is going on? There is no way in the world that's worse than Brandon Baxter. Let me tell you something. A young punk like that, there is no way in hell, Derrick King, no way in hell that you're going to run this company. Randy, I know you don't like me. You don't like me because I smile too much. You don't like me because I hang out with Brandon Baxter. You know I like it because I'm young. But, Randy, guess what? That's your problem and not mine. And I'm going to tell you now, Randy, as my first duty as the acting president around here, I've got one executive statement and 2 executive decisions to make. My first statement, hey, shut up. My first statement is, you're old, you're ugly, everybody out here is sick of seeing you, and so am I. And I've got 2 executive decisions. My first decision is, Raymond, take Randy Hales out of here right now.
Hey, I'm getting kicked out of my own darn show.
Now, my second executive decision is, let's get a real announcer here. Bring out Dave Brown into the rest of this show. Where's he at?
What a pop Dave gets.
Thank you, Derrick. I like your decisions here. Thanks for your help. Thanks to you, Brandon, for being there when the phone call came in. Look, we got a big show for you here today. A lot of folks here to enjoy it. We'll tell you more about the fabulous ones coming to town in the next few days. Let's get it underway. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the real Power Hour right after this.
Let's do segment by segment as we come out of that right now for just a second. And we're going to come out of that for just a second. And we're going to bring Adam Dunn a very unusual way. And week after week after week, there's always all kinds of ways we start the show. How did you like that? Starting with Randy and Bruno, having Brandon with the phone conversation, Derrick coming out, then Dave coming up. Your quick thoughts on that opening segment.
Well, you know, I always like using the whole TV station. I like having Dave, you know, in the back on the phone. I like how it's just anytime you can do something different. So having you and Bruno out there and your whole and the Syndicate and just set the stage for all of that. Brandon not there, so of course you're going to try to run amok, and then for him to have Derrick come in as the interim president and the decisions he made, and getting Dave back in there, just really, really cool. I love anytime we take a detour from the normal. But in order to take a detour from the normal, you have to have a constant flow every week of what is normal. That just makes it kind of a cool little thing that you can do, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's 7:27. Before we go back to the Power Hour, let's go ahead and punch the weather up there. We're in the middle of a ice storm warning in Jonesboro, Arkansas, where my story began, and it looks like not too much longer we'll have the stuff coming up. It is 29 degrees in Jonesboro, Arkansas. There's an ice storm warning. We're thinking about you folks, no matter where you are. Adam Dunn has 50-degree weather, and while it gets so hot in his house, a while ago, I had to tell him to cover up. It's so hot in Georgia, he had his daggum shirt off. I couldn't believe it. And we're going to go back to the Power Hour show number 50 right now. The next segment of this program coming up for me from the Power Hour right now. Roll them, Adam.
Stan Lane and Steve Kern. It's the ultimate revenge when Michael Hayes, Brandon Baxter, Corey Macklin, and a friend face Randy Hales and his thugs. The Olympic champion Kurt Angle, too sexy Brian Christopher, 3 title matches, 26 stars. The Fabs return Friday, April 2nd, the new Daisy Theater.
It's going to be a night you do not want to miss. Friday night at the New Daisy Theater. Hey, I'm glad to be here with you today. We got a great bunch of action coming up. We've got the world champion, the Olympic champion coming up in a match here in just a few minutes. And Corey's taking the day off. Stacy headed this way. I don't have Stacy scheduled until a little bit later on, but hi, Stacy. I was just talking about Corey having the day off today, being glad to be back.
Yeah. Hogging up all the airtime. I thought I'd come out here and add a little color, a little spice, a little beauty. Do you mind? You know, I'll let you do your thing. I'll just be seen and not heard.
Well, I don't really have a great objection to that, I guess. We got a big match coming up with Kurt Angle coming in here. We saw him first last week, and he's going to be in action here today. He was out, he was talking to the fans last week, and here he comes. He said he wanted another word.
Well, okay, I guess you can.
And here he is right here. Kurt, welcome back. I know we talked to you a little bit last week, and you wanted to say some things to the fans.
First of all, it feels great to be down here in Tennessee on the Power Pro circuit. And I'll tell you, I'm really excited about today's match. The first match last week went really well for me. I ended up with a win. Feel really good about that. But after watching the videotape last week, I realized I was a very cocky jerk. And that had a lot to do with the guys back in the locker room telling me that I don't belong here, that I should stick with the amateur ranks. You know, winning the Olympic gold medal was the greatest experience in my life. But I want to do the same here in the pro ranks. I want to win the world championship. And I'll do whatever I have to do. And I know the only key to that is good old-fashioned hard work.
Very good, Kurt. Well, I know with that kind of attitude, you're going to have the fans behind you, and I think a lot of championship wrestlers will tell you there's nothing like having that great fan support as you go in the ring.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I'm very excited to have the fans behind me. I'm ready for today's match, and I want to get another win under my belt.
Well, we got a match scheduled for you here today. Now, Tony Falk is going to be in. Tony has asked for this match with you. He said he's got something to prove. He's got something to prove to Brandon Baxter and some other folks. So here's your opponent right here, Tony Falk. He said he's been wrestling for 20 years, and you know, he says, you're the kid. Yeah, you won the Olympic gold medal in '96, but he's not really sure that you're as good as you say. But I think the fans may disagree.
Well, I know that he has a lot of experience under his belt, but you know, I do have. I'm a lot younger. I'm more prepared. I think I'm ready for this match. I'm very confident I'm going to get the win.
Very good. Nothing like confidence. Kurt, good luck to you. Head in there, and let's see what happens against Tony Falk. Tony Falk, all set to go against Kurt Angle. Here on the Power Hour today. And here we go. Stacy is joining us here at the desk. Corey has the day off today. I'll tell you more about that a little bit later on. Well, Mr. Falk so far has not had a good beginning against Olympic champion Kurt Angle. Kurt won the gold medal. Oh, yeah, here comes Mick Turney in. Kurt Angle got the 1-2-3, by the way, on Tony Falk. So the match is over. But Mick Tierney has come in and thrown Kurt Angle out of the ring. Now he grabs Tony Falk. What's he doing? All of a sudden, Kurt Angle is back in there saying, hey, you got a problem, take it up with me, not with him. I just beat him. Wow, down to the mat goes Mick Tierney. And now the referee talking to Kurt Angle. Tierney comes back with a clothesline. Oh, man. Here comes all the thugs in. And also some folks who are not thugs. I see Aaron O'Grady, Yellow Jacket in there. They're trying to just keep them apart. Let's hope they do that. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more. Stacy joining me here at the desk, and we'll see you back with the Power Hour in just a moment. Don't forget, on tour, Power Pro Wrestling will be at the Lady Luck Casino in Lula, Mississippi on Thursday, April 1st. Also, coming up, the New Daisy Theater, big night that's coming Friday night. More about that a little bit later on when Two Worlds Collide. Fabulous Ones will be there. On Saturday night, Jones at the Earl Bell Community Place Center and many other places. Power Pro Wrestling coming up. Two Worlds Collide, 8 o'clock is when it begins. Take a look at all of this. Advance tickets are on sale right now at the New Daisy Theater and at all Ticketmaster locations. You want to get your tickets early for this one because it's going to be a big night, as you already know, because the Fabulous Ones are coming. Opening match, Venom will be going against Bulldog Reigns. Young Guns Championship will be on the line. Steve Bradley, boy, he's been tough since he's been here, and he hasn't been here long, going against Lance Jade. Power Pro Tag Title match, Vic Grimes and Aaron O'Grady, unlikely partners, will be going against Kid Wicked and today's acting president, Derrick King. That comes up Friday night. Power Pro title contender match, Too Sexy Brian Christopher is booked against Streak, a Salute the Flag match. Now, in this match right here, they're booked where the loser of the match has to salute the flag of the other one. Can you imagine how Kurt Angle does not want this to happen, to have to salute that Irish flag? And on the other hand, how everyone would love to see the Irish assassin Mick Tierney have to salute the stars and stripes of the good old USA. The Salute the Flag match at the New Daisy Theater on Friday night. Main event of the night. Yeah, main event of the night. You're right, Stacy. At Stacy's invitation.
I cannot wait for this one.
Stan Lane, Steve Kern, the Fabulous Ones. A lot of folks wondered why this match never took place, and what will happen when it does. The Fabulous Ones going against the King, Jerry Lawler, and the superstar, Bill Dundee. Will the New Daisy hold it? Yes, but barely. Make your plans to pick up those tickets in advance so you don't miss this match. This match alone worth the price of admission, but that's not all. Look at this. lights out, non-sanctioned handcuff elimination match. Brandon Baxter, Freebird Michael Hayes, my buddy Corey Macklin, and a mystery partner who Michael Hayes says will be revealed later today against Randy Hales and the Studs. Baldo, Glenn Kulka, Downtown Bruno, Randy Hales. All of that is going to be coming up at the New Daisy Theater, and it's coming up Friday night. Right now, I want you to take a look at the special video that we have.
Wait a minute. I handpicked this video. Don't you think I should introduce this video?
What? I thought you wanted to be seen and not heard, but I guess so. Go ahead.
Well, anyway, this is the Fabulous Ones video, and I think everyone's going to love it. Roll the tape, please.
Mute the audio. We're in the middle of a ice storm warning in Jonesboro, Arkansas, and during the last couple of minutes, I stepped outside, and the freezing rain and the sleet has started here in Jonesboro, Arkansas, and it's a possibility going to be one of those days. As you can see, the AccuWeather, the satellite that Adam has on this screen right now, and there you can see at the top of the screen, you see Jonesboro, and on that map you see on the right, you see Memphis down below Jonesboro. I wish I had a pointer, Adam. I wish I had a pointer that I could point out Jonesboro and I could point out Memphis, Tennessee.
And his partner Steve Kern, the Fabulous One.
You know, last week you got a letter. Well, this
Yeah, I did.
I got a letter, and I'd like to read it for you right now. It goes like this. Hey, Stacy, thanks for sending us the tape of the show last week. And also thank you for the pictures. Nice, real nice. Wish you would have been around when we were around. We watched the King's reaction. Boy, did he get hot. He remembers the story a lot.
Stacy's better than Bruno, better than me, better than Dave, easier on the eyes than all of us. There's no doubt about that
Lawler and Bill Dundee
on your birthday.
But they cried and they complained and they moaned, and finally they said, screw it, and we left. That was a mistake. This week, Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee, Jackie Fargo's Fabulous Ones, come back to Memphis, Tennessee. And this Friday night, we will find out who is the greatest team in the history of this town. The legends of Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee will be history. And Stacy, we invite you to the victory party all night long on Beale Street. Fabulous One style. Make sure, Stacy, everyone knows that the boys are back in town. Love, Stan and Steve.
Well, okay. Yeah. The letter from the Fabulous Ones to Stacy. Interesting. It's very interesting, and it's going to be an interesting night at the New Daisy Theater to see the greatest tag team of Memphis wrestling. Here comes the King right here. A lot of folks think he is half.
Gotta hog it all, don't you? Gotta come out here. Can't let me be out here by myself.
I'm going to come out here and talk to it.
Come on down. Come on down. Let me talk to you for just a second.
Hello, King.
Hi, Dave.
You've seen all of this, I'm sure.
I don't know if I want to.
Well, I've seen all of it, and I've heard a lot of this too. Now let me just say one thing, or a couple of things. First of all, I realize, and maybe I want to explain to a lot of the people out here that may not understand the reason for your sort of your new attitude. Now, it's true that you know, I've sort of been responsible for bringing you around the matches and around wrestling, that sort of thing. But then all of a sudden now you want to make it on your own, and I can understand it. You want to show the world that you don't have to be a Jerry Lawler shadow, that you could be who you are without Jerry Lawler. That's understandable. Okay, that's no problem. I understand that perfectly. But let's not get the big head like maybe like Sable is starting to do in the WWF. I mean, you know, let's face it. She's starting to get the big head, you got to admit. And
I'm not getting the big head. Just look at this magazine right here.
Okay.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Yeah.
What does that say right there?
Who is wrestling's sexiest woman? Okay, you're on the list. Okay, big deal.
Well, gosh, that is a big deal.
I will give you credit for that, but you don't have to. I mean, you know, let's keep things in perspective.
Don't let your head swell up because, believe me, it can get deflated real quick in this business. Now let's get down to business about the fabulous ones. Apparently, this has gone so far now that it's not going to be able to get stopped. You've gone out, you've called Stan and Steve. They're going to be coming in, and the thing that I always wondered about was whenever we used to see the fabulous ones, we'd always see somebody in their corner, but it wasn't you. It was the fabulous Jackie Fargo, right?
Yeah, but, you
And well, wait a minute. All I can say is that, you know, I know Jackie Fargo, and you're no Jackie Fargo, if you know what I mean.
well, that may be true, but, you know, they may be a little tired of Jackie Fargo.
Who may be?
The fabulous ones.
Oh, so you think the fabulous ones are tired of Jackie Fargo, so that's why they've got you in their corner. That's what
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you what. May have just opened a little can of worms there because, you know what, I got Jackie Fargo's phone number. Why don't we call Jackie Fargo and see if that's the situation? Let's see if Jackie Fargo even knows.
What?
No,
No, you don't have
no,
to
let's
do
see if
that.
Jackie Fargo even knows that the fabulous ones are coming down here without him and that the fabulous ones are coming down here.
Don't
at your...
go calling Jackie Fargo. Why would you want to do that?
Should we call Jackie Fargo? You know, I'm getting the impression that Jackie Fargo doesn't even know that the fabulous ones are going to be here. Does he know or do you know?
Dave, this has just totally ruined my day. I'm not even going to be out here anymore. I'm leaving.
Wait a minute. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm gonna go upstairs with the sound man. I'm gonna get Jackie Fargo on the phone out here in a few minutes, and we're gonna bring her out here again, and we're gonna find out if Jackie Fargo even knows what's going on here. Okay?
Sounds like a good idea to me, King. Don't forget, Fabulous Ones are coming to the New Daisy Theater Friday night against that man, Jerry the King Lawler, and superstar Bill Dundee. That is what's all coming up Friday night. We are going to take a break right here, I believe, and we're going to be back with you in just a moment with more of the Power Hour.
It's Power Pro Wrestling Friday night at the New Daisy on Field. Two worlds collide. When King Jerry Lawler and superstar Bill Dundee face the returning fabulous ones Stan Lane and Steve Kearns. It's the ultimate revenge when Michael Hayes, Brandon Baxter, Corey Macklin, and a friend face Randy Hales and his thugs. The Olympic champion Kurt Angle, Too Sexy Brian Christopher, 3 title matches, 26 stars. The Fabs return Friday, April 2nd, the New Daisy Theater.
I thought, Adam, that was an exciting piece they put together. Or two world. Wow. Do you like that piece?
I want to get the next match in here. Here comes Baldo. He's in the ring. Referee.
Oh yeah, I thought it was really good. Here in a couple of weeks, a lot of those clips are going to be on the new Open.
Absolutely. We were asked about Baldo, and there's Baldo there. Baldo and his back was torn, and the streak, the spellbinder, going after it.
Whipped into the turnbuckle. Streak goes after it and misses. Mistake by Streak as Baldo now tries to capitalize. Never even took up his warm-up vest. Uh-oh. Referee on the backswing took that one from Baldo. Down to the mat. A cover, but no referee to count. As Streak's got a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and more. The referee knocked down. Oh, look out. Glenn Kulka jumping in the ring with the top of a garbage can. Now to the mat goes Streak. 1, 2, and that one is over. Outside interference by Glenn Kulka. Here comes the acting president, Derrick King. He's telling the referee exactly what happened. Baldo asking for his hand to be raised. There's the hand of Streak raised, a reversal by the acting president, Derrick King. Let me tell you quickly before we go to break here, let me explain something to you. I didn't hear what all Randy said. I was on the phone, but he probably talked about running Corey off today or hurting him or something like that. Corey's not hurt. Corey's fine. Corey's on a family vacation, which has been planned a long, long time. I tell you last week, if you saw it, I don't have to explain too much, but Randy was in here trying to bait Corey and I. And against my advice, Corey jumped in there, and I understand why. Because Randy started talking about his kids, his family, and all that. Corey jumped in to defend the family honor. He gets home, his kids are upset about the whole thing, and for that reason, and that reason alone, again against my advice, but Corey said, I'm going to be in the match at the New Daisy Theater with him, and I'm going to have a mystery partner. So he's gotten together with some folks, and he will have a mystery partner. And according to Michael P.S. Hayes, we're going to find out who that mystery partner is a little bit later on today. So don't go away. The Power Hour will continue. Don't forget, also coming up in Jonesboro, Arkansas, a week from tonight, a big Power Pro Wrestling card.
I've noticed several times in this show already, on my end at least, I'm hearing it that obviously we're having audio problems on my
end. A week
end.
ago in Power Pro, and I tell you, when he got here, he wasted absolutely no time making a huge name for himself by winning the Young Gun Championship. I see. Now, you behave yourself while you're out here, Bruno. You got no business out here. You were escorted out once before, and I assure you I will not hesitate to escort you out again.
You know, Dave Brown, I'd like to say I'm glad to be here, but I'm not. You know, Friday night, New Daisy Theater. There's going to be a lot of good names there. Jerry Lawler, Michael Hayes, all the top names of Power Pro Wrestling.
Fabulous one.
Right. But you have never seen a wrestler until you've seen Steve Bradley. I'm going to be what everyone's going to pay for. I'm going to put on a show, and speaking of show, I'm going to put one on right now, Dave Brown.
Well, you know, usually when a guy comes out here, especially a young guy like Bradley, and starts talking like that, I say, well, you know, he's young, he's running his mouth. So far, this guy's shown he can back it up. We'll see what happens here today as he goes against Lance Jade in this match. Here's Acting President Derrick King.
Dave, I understand that Lance Jade's not here, so I'll tell you what, I've been chasing that Young Guns trophy for a long time, so I'm going to take Lance Jade's place right now for the Young Guns trophy.
Really? Another executive decision here today, huh? Derrick King, Mr. Personalities, heads for the ring. Let me get around here and ring the bell. Just sort of a semi-schedule match here. Bradley scheduled against another opponent. Lance Jade not here. Derrick King.
Steve Bradley was born on December the 10th, 1975, passed away December the 4th, 2008, 32 years old.
President has given this young man some additional confidence. He has just kicked Steve Bradley through the ropes and out of the ring. Bradley now back into the ring. Look out, referee Aubrey Wayne. Bradley. Oh, my goodness. What a move as he comes back with the elbow and knocks Derrick King down. Very impressive by Steve Bradley. Body slam on Derrick King. Leaves him lying in the corner and climbs the rope. Oh, a spring off of there. Bradley can move. There's no doubt about it. Not too popular with the crowd, however, not because of his wrestling moves, because of his attitude. There he goes, throwing Derrick down onto the concrete floor. Derrick King bravely stepping in to take the place of Lance Jade, who's not here. And this is what he gets for it. Bradley off the rope. Bradley picking up Derrick King. Steve Bradley. He's brash, he's very cocky, but as I said before, so far in his brief tenure here in Power Pro Wrestling, he's been able to back up what he said. Oh my goodness, he snaps Derrick back. Derrick's in some trouble. He's got a tie on too. That's not a good thing. Oh, Bradley springs as he flips. Derrick King moves out of the way, and here's Derrick coming back. He's on his feet. He's swinging the right hand. Bradley reverses him, whips it into the rope. Great move by Derrick. Has he got him? 1, 2. But all of a sudden, Dick Grimes comes in. Referee calls for the bell. It's going to be a DQ. Randy Hales is on here. Obviously getting revenge on Derrick King for Brandon Baxter naming Derrick the acting president here today. Now they're handcuffing Derrick. Dave, listen to this. I had a P-L-A-N. People, P-L-A-N. You listen to this. I've gotten word.
Let's follow them out. Hey, camera lady, get out there. Because Derrick King...
You listen, I've just gotten word in my earpiece that Brandon Baxter is not in the hospital. He's leaving. He's on his way here. So if I were you, I'd suggest you get out of here and take your son with you. Let's get some help for Derrick out there. A disgusting attack from Randy Hales. Back in a moment.
Watching some great video. We muted the audio because of copyright violations. There's Stan and Steve against the Road Warriors there. We did on Talking Memphis Wrestling a few weeks ago on Tuesday. We did the year 1982 and into 1983 when the Fabulous One was at their hottest. We have a huge Talking Memphis Wrestling tomorrow as we do the year 1985, the year that Jimmy Hart was no more in Memphis Wrestling
ever in this territory. And this Friday night, New Daisy Theater, 8 o'clock, the boys are back in town. But the boys are going to be facing some tough competition at the New Daisy Theater. This team right here, also arguably the best tag team ever in this area, the King, Jerry Lawler, and the superstar, Bill Dundee. What a night it's going to be come Friday night.
Oh, it's going to be a big night come Friday night, and my apologies right now. I just got off the phone with Jackie Fargo, and for some reason we had technical difficulties. We could not hook up the phone line to come through the speakers here. But real quick, just real fast, Stacy, I want you to come out here really, really fast, because I would just want to relate what Jackie Fargo said on the phone.
Here she is.
Now, Stacy, apparently, just what I said is true. Jackie Fargo had no idea that the Fabulous Ones were going to be in Memphis this Friday. He didn't know. They had not called him and told him, and he's a little upset. He is a little concerned. He said now it looks like the Fabulous Ones, instead of chasing titles like they did when he was in their corner, it looks like they're chasing skirts. And apparently, that's the truth. And he also said this. He said for you not to be surprised Friday night if you look around and you see the fabulous Jackie Fargo strutting down that aisle. So just get ready for that, okay?
He thinks he's going to come down there and strut his stuff down there. I'll slap his face.
You'll slap Jackie Fargo? All right. Yeah, I'm through. Yes, you may. Now, the other thing that Jackie Fargo said was he had a little bit of problem. He said he heard about what I said last week about how Jerry Jarrett and I put the Fabulous Ones together. He made it clear to me that he sweated many gallons of blood, sweat, and tears to put the Fabulous Ones together. You know, that may be the way Jackie remembers it, but I'm going to tell you this, and I'll say this to Jackie Fargo, too. The match never took place while the Fabulous Ones were here. Bill Dundee, Jerry Lawler against the Fabs. Never happened. It's going to happen Friday night. And, Jackie, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be a little bit disappointed in the outcome because you're looking right here at the best tag team that has ever gotten in a ring in Memphis. We're going to prove it Friday night.
That's right. And let me tell you this, brother. I'm going to give you my version of how the Fabulous Ones got together because everybody's got one. 10 years ago, a guy by the name of Stan Lane came in here. Jerry Jarrett says he's coming up from Pensacola. Got a nice belt. He's going to wrestle you. Tuesday morning, he went back to Pensacola because I kept his belt. Then he said to Ron Fuller, I lost your belt. He said, well, you're no good here. He's got on the phone. He called Eddie Martin. He said, Eddie, Bill Dundee took my belt. Please give me a job. Let me haul the ring. Let me be the referee. They gave him a job to be a wrestler. I walked behind her, brother. That's what Stan Lane was. Then one day, Jerry Jarrett calls him into the office, and me. He said, I got another one coming from Florida, from Tampa this time. He's named Steve Curtin. He's a great wrestler. Give you two boys who are main eventers all kinds of competition. Another walk behind her, another flash in the pan. So then one day, Jackie Fargo, he goes to Jerry Jarrett, and he says, Jerry, I know I made a lot of money around here, but I have been to the dog track, and I have stayed in the bar too long, and I need a paycheck. He said, there's two punks for blonde hair walking around here, and if I walk out on TV and say, this is the second coming of the Fargos, one can be Donnie, and one can be Jackie, and we will call them the Fabulous Ones, and we'll give them a sparkly white coat, a big top hat, and I can manage them, and I can get a paycheck, and I can still go to the dog track. That was long before the casinos. Well, brother, they believed what Fargo told them because he won all their matches for them. And then one day they went to Fargo and they said, hey, let us wrestle Lawler and Dundee. If we can beat them, we will really be top dogs around here. Fargo said, brother, I told you I've been in the bar too long, but I ain't stupid. You can't beat them, even with my help. And that's why the match is taking place Friday night. And if you're good at something that you do, like rock and roll, Jerry Lee's still around. If you're good at country music, George Jones is still around. If you're good at the weather and wrestling announcing, Dave Brown's still around. And if you're very good at wrestling, the king and the superstar's still around. And Friday night, we're taking you out.
Wow. Man, I got to tell you, there are elements of truth in everything you just heard here. It's going to be a huge night. Friday night at the New Daisy Theater. We'll be back with more Power Hour.
Man, that one gave Lawler a run for his money, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Lawler knew that was the end of the interview. Lawler was smart now. Well, he knew Dundee just hit a home run. There was nothing he could have said that would have sold any more tickets. He left it like he left it. It was great. It was fantastic. As a matter of fact, I forgot about that promo. It was great.
Coming up, New Daisy Theater, we've been telling you about it all day. It is one of the biggest nights, has the makings of one of the biggest nights ever in Memphis wrestling history because the fabulous ones are going to be here. Look at this, 7 big matches, all the superstars, advanced tickets on sale now. You want to pick them up early for this one with the fabulous ones coming to town. I'm expecting this one to be a sellout. New Daisy Theater, ticket location, and also Ticketmaster all over town. Make your plans to be at the New Daisy Theater. Opening match. Venom will be going against Bulldog Ray. Then the Young Guns Championship match. Steve Bradley, he looks mighty good. Now, he, due to outside interference, was disqualified here today. But I tell you,
winterly mixed of weather currently in Jonesboro, Arkansas at 7:56 on the 30th day of January. It's 29 degrees, again, a wintry mix. There is a ice storm warning in effect here in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
We're going against Streak. Salute the flag match. Most interesting night. Young Kurt Angle, the 1996 Olympic gold medal winner, will be going against the Irish assassin Mick Tierney in a salute the flag match coming up at the New Daisy Theater. Following that, main event of the night. Yeah, there's that match right there, the salute the flag match. The next one, the fabulous ones will be here. Stan Lane, Steve Kern going against the King, Jerry Lawler, and superstar Bill Dundee. How much more can we say about this one? This is going to be a super match, but that's not all. Lights out match. It's non-sanctioned. Handcuff elimination match. My partner, Corey Macklin, had something to do with this one. Brandon Baxter, Freeburg, Michael Hayes, Corey, and a mystery partner who still hasn't been revealed, and we're running out of time. We'll be going against Randy Hales and his thugs like Baldo, Glenn Kulka, Downtown Bruno, and this one right here, Randy Hales. Now, Randy, I've already let you have your say. You've been thrown out of here early on. We're not listening.
Hey, Stuart, what's happening? Appreciate you watching the Power Hour.
Control. These hostile takeover is just something that's not going to happen.
Let me tell you something, people. This Friday night, Brandon Baxter is still in the hospital. He won't be here. Come here, Bruno. Brandon Baxter won't be here whatsoever. I guarantee you that.
Say hello to Brandon Baxter, Mr. Hales. Look out behind Brandon. Mick Grimes and Glenn Kulka jumping Brandon from behind.
Good evening, Ahmad.
And oh no, here comes Baldo. Randy Hales and Bruno bringing all the thugs out here to work over Brandon Baxter. Awesome high-fiving by Grimes and Kulka. Whoa! Baldo has just turned on the other thug. Randy Hales is in shock. He's out of the ring. Baldo with big Grimes.
What a reaction from Baldo.
Absolutely.
Right here. Michael Hayes and I have been on the phone with him all week. He's on the Freebird team now, and this big hairy monster is after you. Randy Hill, you made a lot of empty promises, and you never let me speak, and all you tell me to do is get in the ring. Well, boys, we're getting in the ring together now, and I'm going to whip you like a red-haired stepchild.
This makes things even more interesting come Friday night at the New Daisy Theater. Baldo, the mystery partner, with Brandon, with Corey, that 8-man handcuff elimination match, the lights out match coming up down at the New Daisy Theater on Friday night. Baldo, a very popular announcement here as the mystery partner, as Randy Hales has got to be somewhere back there in shock. There is just absolutely no doubt about it. I'll tell you what, do we have the graphics? Maybe we can just run down the entire card for you one more time, as action will be coming up at the New Daisy Theater. Tickets on sale right now. New Daisy Theater and all the Ticketmaster locations.
You died by it, Baldo. I guarantee you that.
I thought we were brothers, man. What's up with that? No, I'm going to get you.
Look out, here comes Baldo back.
I'm going to get you.
Don't miss it at the New Daisy Friday night. 8 o'clock is bell time. Be sure to be with us next week for more of the Power Hour. Corey will be back with me. Probably the victorious Corey Macklin, since Baldo is now one of his partners. Until then, for Corey Macklin, I'm Dave Brown. So long, everybody.
All right. I certainly want comments, and I appreciate everybody that has made comments about this show and a preview of next week's show from the producer of this show, Adam Dunn.
Good Lord, have you ever seen a more active, crazy scene going on there at the end of the show? My goodness. Wow. What an amazing show there. I mean, I really don't want to say it again, but literally every single week. I mean, expect the unexpected. That's the tagline, and you can certainly see why. Next week, episode 51, April 3rd, 1999, the Fabulous Ones will be in the studio. We'll have brawls with Lawler and Dundee as well. Michael Hayes will be going against Mick Tierney in studio next week. Sensational Steve Bradley goes against Aaron O'Grady. All that, Alan Steele will be in action against Derrick King, and we'll see Kurt Angle taking on Bulldog Reigns. All of that coming up next week, Randy. Another big Power Hour. Be sure, everyone, to be here for it next week, right here at the same time.
A lot of fun every single week. And we do have a lot of fun on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock tomorrow on Talking Memphis Wrestling. Don't know who's going to be with us. Michael St. John, will he be? Will Pat Trammell be? Will Chris Ellis be? Never know, but we will be taking a look tomorrow at the year 1985. We'll finish up 1984 with the Rick Rude, King Kong Bundy, Jimmy Hart brawl with Jerry Lawler and Randy Savage in late 1984. We will see the Dream Machine and the Interns attack the Fabulous Ones' dads. That'll be interesting. Also, the deal that got Jimmy Hart out of Memphis when Jimmy Hart threw powder at Lance Russell. Also, the loser leave town match, Jerry Lawler versus Eddie Gilbert. If Eddie Gilbert won, Lawler would leave. If Lawler won, Hart would leave. We will also have the June the 3rd, 1985 loser leave town highlight between Jerry Lawler and Randy Savage. We will see Coco Ware NWA World Champion Challenge against Nature Boy Ric Flair. Also, in a very interesting situation, Lance Russell on location went and found a drunk, quote, quote, Jerry Lawler. And then Bill Dundee beat up the Hawaiian Flash, and we will see the Lawler against Dundee loser leave town match December 30th, 1985. That's tomorrow night. Wednesday morning, weather related, dependent on whether I will do the front row with Bud Rose. Still supposed to be in the middle of the winter storm watch, the ice storm watch, the freezing ice watch, all kinds of watches we have going on, but I plan to be on the show Wednesday morning, maybe though by a phone call. Next Monday night, it's the Power Hour. And next Tuesday night is Talking Memphis Wrestling. Currently, it's still 29 degrees in Jonesboro, and we will let this radar go through one more time. As you see Jonesboro, top center. You see Memphis about down in the middle in the right part of your screen, and that's the weather, and that leads us up to past 8 o'clock. Wow, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. Adam Dunn, any final goodbyes, or you want to embarrass me or insult me or anything like that? Final words from Master Control for the Power Pro Wrestling Watch Along a Dynamite Show.
Dynamite Show, and I don't see how we're going to top it next week, but I'm sure somehow we will. The fabulous ones are going to be in studio. That'll be big. Al said earlier that some people get Chris Gales to sing happy birthday. He got Randy Hales. And Paniti says, great show as always. And Ahmad, watching on Twitch, says meteorologist Randy Hales. But you had a little phone call earlier that gave you a little bit of meteorology advice and had a voicemail to go along with it. But yeah, great show. Looking forward to tomorrow night. Like you said, not all sure who's going to be on the show tomorrow night, but we'll have that. And weather permitting, Randy will be on the radio Wednesday.
All right. I don't know what that gum Al, even though it is his birthday, I'll cut a promo on you in a heartbeat, Al, for insulting my dadgum singing. I will cut a promo on you quicker than you ever thought about in your life. S.K. Lee. Good evening, guys. Who's S.K. Lee? Where are you from, S.K. Lee? How's it going? Any kin to Stagger Lee? Oh, junkyard dog. It's good times, even though it's sleeting, it's freezing rain, it's cold outside. We have a mess. We're looking at that radar again. It is a disaster. Hopefully we won't lose electricity. Hope everybody is safe. Hope everybody is well. And we are done for the day. This is the January 30th edition of Power Pro Wrestling. See you tomorrow, 7 o'clock Central, on the very last day of January. We're talking Memphis Wrestling for Adam Dunn, Randy Hills. We are out of here, folks. Be safe, be careful, and buckle that seatbelt. Be safe.
Power Pro Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling.